Come to a easy seated pose on your mat. Scrap that. Introductions. Everyone out there, ignore me. It's really hard to do this and not know that I'm doing something silly. How do I get past that? I know that I'm not talking to someone. Okay, Kara, let's begin. These are things that I never would have appreciated from Erin, who does 5 Parks Yoga. When she speaks to the camera, it feels like she's speaking to me. Okay, maybe what I'll do is I will name my camera. I'll speak to my camera as if it is alive. Even though it doesn't do any of the movements that I tell it to do, it totally ignores me. Cameroon. Cameron's good. Cameron the camera. So the point of the channel is to teach people who are curious about what it is like to become a yoga teacher. The exercise that we're working on now, we are compounding sequences. So warm up, sun A, sun B in sequence. And we are also meant to give cues or corrections to get into a position. Even if you've done yoga for 10 or 15 years, maybe you've heard them but said in a different way, and now this one just seems to click. Keep in mind I'm a beginner, so it is likely that I will make some mistakes. For example, forgetting to plug in and turn on the microphones. Come to an easy seat on your mat. You can gently close the eyes, keep them open. Hands can sit gently on the mat, on your knees. Sorry. And take the spine and sort of find some length. Inhale your arms up and exhale through heart center. Let it sigh out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sigh. One more time. Inhale the arms up. Sigh it out. This time on our inhale, we will inhale the arms up and make some slight changes on our exhales. I'd like to bring in Ujjayi Pranayama, which is known as the ocean breath. I really like to use this as a cue to myself that is audible throughout the class to remind myself of controlling the breath when I move with the breath. It's really easy to do. You just put a gentle constriction in the throat, and as if you were to create heat on a mirror, except for we close our lips and we do that same thing, and we should still hear that sort of sound, but softer and more inward. So take the arms up, inhale, and close the lips. See if you can hear your breath as your palms come down. One more time. Take 2 more rounds at your own pace. Set your hands down on your knees. Tuck your knees under and come to tabletop position. In tabletop, we stack our knees under our hips and our palms under our shoulders. And we're looking for a neutral spine. Take your fingers, spread them out, and align your index finger to point forward. Press into all of the fingertips and see if you can create a gentle space under your palms. And send the weight into the pads of the thumb. This will help to protect your wrist. You can use this in your down dogs as well, or any time that you're in a position that requires you to place weight on your hands and wrists. On your inhale, take your right hand and send it forward with the bicep beside your ear, and lift your left foot, flex the foot, toes point to the mat, heel points to the ceiling. Inhale and see if you can find some length on your exhale. Send the hand forward and the foot back. On your next inhale, prepare to touch your knee to your elbow. So inhale here. On your exhale, bring those two to touch. Round the back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, touch. Embrace any of the wobbles, as they are helping to build the muscles that balance us. Exhale, extend. Inhale, touch. Last time, extend out. On your exhale, place the palm down and the knee to the ground. Inhale your left hand forward and your right foot back. See if you can focus on your hip points, both pointing down to the mat. So your foot is not turned out, but your hip is turned and facing down. On your inhale, find length. On your exhale, touch your knee to your elbow. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Continue to make 2 more rounds here. Pardon me if I've lost count. On your exhale, take your hand down to the mat and your knee down to the mat. Taking cat and cow, we'll start with cow. On your exhale, drop the belly and find a gentle looseness in your back. Don't really press into that dip. On your exhale, round the spine. Pull the belly button toward your spine. And back to cow. When you are in your cat, your head naturally hangs down. And in your cow, your gaze comes up without craning your neck too hard. Take 2 more rounds here. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. Take the hands forward on the mat. Bring your big toes to touch and send your knees out wide. And let your hips push back between your thighs. For child's pose. Instead of doing a restful child's pose, put a little bit of fire into the arms. So an active child's pose. And fill your ribs on your inhale. See if you can feel the stretch in the body. And in the shoulders. And in the upper back. Come up with your right hand beside you at, we'll say, 2 o'clock on the clock. And lift up your left hand to the ceiling with a little twist. And on your exhale, thread that hand under yourself and place your left ear on your mat. Pardon the microphone touching the mat. Pay attention to your alignment of your hips, keeping your spine nice, neutral, and you can sort of gently pull away from your hand to deepen that stretch, your left hand that is under you. On your inhale, unravel back up to the ceiling. Exhale, place the hand at 10 o'clock. Inhale, lift your right hand to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle under your left. Bring your ear to the mat, or maybe you have a block you'd like to sit your head on. Nice deep breath here. And exhale. On your inhale, rise up, unravel, back up to the ceiling. and back down to the mat. Place your block out of the way if you've used one. Bring the hands to the top of the mat. Take your knees in to hip distance apart. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips back up to down dog. In your first down dog, you can take some movement in whichever way feels comfortable for you. Pedal the feet, bend the knees. Your feet can be up. If you can reach the floor, that's great. Your biceps should be turning in and pointing toward the front of the mat. Triceps point toward the back. And we take our shoulders away from our ears. And your head hangs heavy. So see if you can just do a little gentle nod back and forth to make sure you're not holding tension in your neck. Your gaze looks back to the back of your mat, remembering those instructions with the hands, with the fingers pressing into the mat, index finger pointing forward, and the soft space under your palms. On your next inhale, look forward, come up on the toes, bend the knees, and step slowly to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, neutral spine here, reaching long through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold, but with a good bend in your knees. This is your first forward fold, so we will be easy on our hamstrings. You can take some movement here as well, bending one knee then the other. Your elbows can rest in opposite hands, and your head can hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift to monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe this time your legs are a little straighter. Inhale, engage the glute muscles and quads. Lift up, swan dive, the arms up, top. Exhale, your hands through heart center and down by the side. Check in with your Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale through heart center. Hear your breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhale through heart center. And at your side. Inhale the arms up. Swan dive. Exhale, swan dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands on the mat and step back to high plank. Take the knees to the mat here if you want, or you can keep the knees up. I like to bring them down on the first one. Take an inhale before you lower down. On your exhale, slowly lower down. Keep the elbows close to the side body. Come all the way down. Place the hands under the shoulders. Elbows point back. Feet tops are flat to the floor. On your inhale, peel the chest off the floor. Soft in the neck. Gaze slightly forward for baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, peel the chest up again. Another baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. On your next inhale, tuck the toes and push up through plank. Come back to down dog. One more round of breath here. Inhale, look to the front of the mat. Bring the heels up, bend the knees. Step or hop to the top of your mat. See if you can land quietly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, engage the glutes. Lift all the way up to tall mountain. Exhale, hands through heart center and down at the side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. To forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step back to high plank. Maybe you continue to go with knees down or you keep them up. Broaden the shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower down halfway to chaturanga. You can go all the way to the floor or lift up straight into upward dog. If you go down to the floor, you can take high cobra or baby cobra. In upward dog, our shoulders are broad and down the back, away from the ears. Our thighs are off the floor. On your exhale, come back to down dog. Take one round of breath here. On your next inhale, look to the front of the mat, come up on the toes, bend the knees, step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, engage the glutes. Reverse swan dive up to tall mountain. Exhale, hands through heart center and down at the side. Inhale the arms forward and take the hips back. Nice bend at the knee into chair pose. Ensure that when you look down that you can see your toes. They're about hip distance apart. Or some people like to have their feet closer, so do what is comfortable. Our goal here is to keep a neutral spine. So not like a cow, not like a cat, but somewhere right in the middle. Our weight is on the heel and the outer edge of the foot. Your arms can be straight out in front of you, ears by the biceps, or you can take hands to heart center if the straight arms feels a little too intense. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down halfway to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale your right foot high, heel up, toes point to the mat. Hip points are both facing the mat. On your exhale, come up on your left toe, round the spine, come over your hands, bring that leg close to the chest, and set the foot down behind your right thumb. Pivot the left foot out and anchor it in the back. Windmill the arms, not to warrior two, but to warrior one rather. Here, your hip is in a natural, gentle outward rotation, not too far out, but we're not attempting to twist ourselves forward. Rather, our ribs can rotate forward and our arms are up near our biceps and our heart shines out. Gentle bend in the knee. Check that you see your toes. Exhale, frame your front foot with both hands. Take your left heel up, Make space in your arms for that knee to lift, the front knee to lift. Lift it and set it back behind you for a high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Take one round of breath here. Check in on your Ujjayi Pranayama. On your inhale, lift your left foot high. On your exhale, come forward, up on the toes, round the spine. Tuck that knee to chest. Set it gently behind your left thumb pad. Anchor your back foot slightly out. Arms come up for warrior one. Breathe. On your exhale, frame the front foot. Pivot the heel up, lift to make space for your foot to bring back to plank. The goal is to not drag your feet on the mat as you come back to your plank. Inhale here, broaden the shoulders. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. One round of breath here. Oh heck, let's take another one. On your next inhale, look to the front of the mat, come high on the toes, bend the knees, step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swing the arms forward, send the hips back for chair pose. Maybe this time you're allowing yourself a little more depth, as long as you're careful with your spine. Exhale, bring the arms down by the side, it says. I was expecting to bring them up. So let's go up. Inhale the arms up. And let's sigh out our exhale. Bring our hands to heart center. Inhale, hands to the sky. Sigh it out. Inhale, arms up. Last one, sigh. And down by the side. And that is our sequence. So we went through a warm-up, connected with our breath, learned a little bit about Ujjayi Pranayama, my favorite, and went through Sun Salutation A into Sun Salutation B. And here we are, we're done.